What up? What up? Hey, what's up, guys? What's going on? Welcome back to Project 1 Million, and I am your host, Tony Fadayomi. Let's dive into it. In this video, we're diving into the heart of my portfolio, the stocks I hold for long-term growth, and the cryptos that, in my personal opinion, will be shaping the future of AI and blockchain. Now, let me qualify myself. For my day job, I am a cybersecurity engineer, so I have to qualify myself in a sense that I think that I'll be able to spot, real crypto projects from, just shenanigans or we're not going to get into any Hawk Tuah coins over here, So I do think that gives me a sense of expertise and why you guys should probably listen to me. So whether you're here to learn or get inspired or maybe find your next investment idea, I got you covered. Let's break it down. All right, so first, let's introduce the stock portfolio. And I want to give a shout out to this app called After Hour, where I think it's a pretty cool way to track my progress and share my portfolio and interact with you guys, but also verify. That's a pretty cool thing. So what After Hour does is that it logs into my Fidelity and it verifies the balance and all the stocks and positioning that I have in a more prettier way too. It displays it as well. So I really do like it. I'm going to drop a link in the chat if you guys want to join in. And also you guys can log your portfolio on, and it's kind of like the stock investing Twitter. It's so cool. You'll meet a lot of cool people on there. But anyways, let's get into my stock portfolio. Let's start with ASML. The reason why I trust and I'm highly invested into ASML is because they make machines that produce advanced semiconductors, which is literally the brain power behind AI tools like ChatGPT. So theoretically, without ASML, there is no ChatGPT. That's all that needs to be said. And another thing about my strategy, guys, is that I only invest in the companies that are beaten down. What I mean by beaten down, they're at least down 20 to 25%. So now let's go look at ASML. So ASML was at, I want to say 1100 in July. Now it's at 700. Chat, this is a 35% retracement. Don't miss out on this one. On the next one, Celsius. Man, Celsius, another one that's pretty beaten up. I do like all their financials, and their all-time high was $99 in May. And now they're currently trading at $28. So I'm a big fan of Celsius, and I actually indulge in their products. I'm drinking a Celsius right now, actually. So I really do believe in this product. The stock per se, the only thing that I will say about Celsius is that they do suffer from a lot of competition in the caffeine space. Like, for example, Starbucks and Monster and many other names. Even McDonald's is making a coffee chain. So that hypothetically will affect Celsius, but I am confident in them. They're still profitable. They're not going to go into bankruptcy, and I really do still like them. So next, we're going to move on to Elf Beauty. The thing about Elf that I like is the makeup industry and the beauty industry. I don't care if it's COVID. I don't care if there's a depression. I don't care if there is a recession. I think women are always going to invest into their beauty. So I think that's a moat in itself. And Elf, once again, is pretty beaten up. You're going to, I think you guys are going to notice the theme here. We only get into stocks that are beaten up because we don't want to suffer from too much drawdown. We want the drawdown to already happen. So by the time we go in, then it's ready to take off. Kind of like a roller coaster. You never want to invest at the top of the roller coaster. You always want to get it when it's down, beaten up at the bottom, and nobody is talking about it. So in July this year, Elf was around $220, and it dropped all the way to $98. Chat, that is a deal. So I got in around 100, and I'm going to ride it back up to 220, but it's currently sitting at 140. So right now it's still a good deal if you guys haven't gotten in. So let's go over to KLAC, back to the AI revolution. So ASML makes the machines. KLAC makes sure that those chips work perfectly. Without them, AI systems like ChatGPT could glitch or even fail. So think of KLAC as like, you know how there's health inspectors for restaurants? KLAC is the chip inspector, and it's making sure only quality chips are provided to these companies that need these semiconductors in order to perform at their best. So, and it's one of the only companies that does that as well. Now let's go to Transmedics, TMDX. I love this company because it is the only FDA approved organ transplant company in the United States of America. Like, what are we talking about? That's a no brainer. And once again, has it been beaten up? Yes, sir, it has. So currently, in August, TMDX was at 177. It's now at $68.26, chat. What are we talking about? This company, let me explain it for the people in the back. The great Warren Buffett said, you want to invest in the companies that have a moat. And a moat is basically like a competitive advantage that nobody else in your industry can do. Think of it as if you've ever watched like a cartoon and, you know, the castle always has like that body of water around it to protect the castle. That's what a moat is. It is the only FDA approved organ transplant company in America. What are we talking about? And then we have SYM. So SYM is my robotics play. Think of it as they're trying to automate the supply chain behind the scenes. They're using AI to optimize warehouses for companies like Walmart and Amazon already. Let me repeat that. They already have partnerships with Walmart and Amazon. They're using AI and robotics to also, I'm going to be real with you guys. Amazon, even though they're a great company, their net profit margins aren't big enough because they have so many people to pay out. They have to pay out the workers. They have to pay out the factory workers, the warehouse workers, the delivery drivers. So SYM is going to be very crucial for them in these next 5 years because if they can automate, which it sucks for humanity, I'm not going to lie, but if they can automate this and clear the $1 billion of payroll they have for factory workers, Amazon is going to receive way more revenue, way more net profit margin, and their stock is going to go up way quicker. But yeah, that's it for stocks. Let's go on to cryptos. Now that we're switching gears to crypto now, let's talk about these projects. So these aren't just coins. They're projects with real world utility that's shaping industry. So let me explain. And I did have a comment that I will address after this section, but I was the biggest XRP maxi. And long story short, I sold too early. I was in XRP for years, since 25 cents, and I got out when it surged to 1.1. I wish I would have held. So yeah, I left a lot of money on the table, but we're going to talk about that later. So let's start with my biggest holding right now. And yeah, this week, if you guys noticed from episode 1 to episode 2, cryptos exploded. And I'm going to explain, but I want to say last episode, it was didn't I only have 42,000? So it went up 13,000 in a week. Crazy. And I'm going to explain why. So my first and biggest holding is Fetch, FET, or you guys can't see it, but it stands for artificial coin, artificial intelligence, something funny like that. But it's this top one. And the reason why I have it is because they're a decentralized network for AI agents. So imagine ChatGPT, but instead of relying on centralized servers, they're powered by a global secure blockchain. It's like giving an AI a decentralized brain. And while this may not happen, the big thing in the cryptoverse is as long as it sounds good and it has a possibility to happen, money will flow into it. So that's my biggest holding. And I got out of XRP and put a lot of my money into this coin. So the ticker symbol is FET. And you can get it on Coinbase. And I do think it is going to pump because AI coins seem to be a big narrative this bull run. The second coin is Polygon. And the reason why I have it is if you talk to anybody in the crypto industry, Ethereum is the worst technology ever. You absolutely need a layer 2 solution as of right now. Now, if they fix ETH and the gas fees are expensive. It's so slow and so hard to work with. It's kind of like a McLaren. McLaren is my dream car, but it just comes with like a lot of fees and, maintenance and bills that one should always be aware of. So you need a coin like Polygon that is going to make sure that the transactions on Ethereum are faster and cheaper. So that's why I have Polygon. And let's continue down. So now my next two are Helium, and we got to talk about ChainLink. So Helium, I have them because they're kind of like what we describe FET, artificial coin. They're building a wireless decentralized network. Think of AT&T decentralized. It sounds good. It may not happen, but once again, it sounds good. So that's what we like in crypto. So I won't spend too much time on that, but it's part of this group of coins that we call DPIN. So if you ever hear a lot of the crypto YouTubers are saying that word DPIN, that just means that it stands for decentralized physical industrial networks. And that's what DPIN means. So basically, kind of like a crypto version of real world infrastructure, kind of like I just explained, AT&T being the decentralized crypto AT&T, so on and so forth. But we got to talk about ChainLink. So the reason why my portfolio surged so freaking hard is because ChainLink just took off this week. ChainLink just did crazy numbers this week. Let's see. I even had ChainLink was actually my biggest holding in my portfolio, and I had to release some because I had to rebalance. But yeah, so we went from 18.5 all the way to 28. That's a 50% gain in 1 week. Obviously, with all these other cryptos, did pretty good too. So did have to rebalance. And now I think Polygon is probably going to be my biggest coin because I believe it hasn't taken off yet to its fullest potential. And I believe when ETH starts pumping, then Polygon will really get this show on the road. So feel free to copy my coins. But what I will say is Bitcoin is already over 100K. So I wouldn't rush in right now. Just be very wary. Even me, as you guys can see, I have a lot of money in cash right now just because I think, man, we may be getting ready to pull back. I could be wrong though, but we'll see. That's it for today's video, guys. I will be including more charts and technical work in future videos, but I really try to see how I can keep these videos under 10 minutes. So I apologize if anything goes above 10 minutes. I am trying to keep it as concise as possible. And we will do more deep dives into each individual asset. Today's top 2 comments come from DNA Ministries. Shout out to him. He said, also holding 10K of AI is crazy work, brother, but hey, I'm gonna stay for the journey. So I explained earlier that I was mostly in XRP and ChainLink because kind of like you guys have seen my strategy along the video. I like to get into stocks while they're beating up and cryptos as well. They've already taken off, but hey, I am a long-term XRP fan, and I will make a video to respond to your second comment. You said, in my opinion, XRP should be your main top holding. If anything, I'm guessing you think it's a pump and dump meme coin. That's false. I actually love XRP. My best friend works for the company Ripple. And then I also have a friend that works for Polygon and a friend that works for ChainLink. So that's why. And another thing I forgot to mention earlier, ChainLink is the only blockchain that connects real world data to the blockchain. And it may not be the only one, but it's the biggest one. But we'll talk about that in the future videos. Because if anything, you would be holding that. Any crypto smart investor would have XRP. You are absolutely 100% true. However, I'm trying to raise to 1 million as soon as possible. But we'll talk about that on the next episode. But hey, thank you guys so much. And I will be making a XRP video soon. And like, comment, subscribe, follow us on all social medias in the description. And if you have any comment, please let me know and put it down below. I will be responding to all comments. Thank you. Peace.